Hi, my name is Carrie Legao. I'm one of the Autism Low Incidence Mentor Teachers with Richmond Public Schools. I'm here today to do another lesson with you on the Unique Learning System program. And I will be doing lesson number 7 from the month of March. And it is another lesson on high frequency spelling word list. The other day we did lesson 6, which was another list of spelling words, but I'm going to introduce you to some more words that we talked about in both of the stories that we read in March. One of the stories was Grumpy Mr. G, and it was all about light coming into his room. And another story we read was, What Does Paris Hear? And you hear with your ears, and she heard all different sounds. So we're going to talk about different words today that have to do with light and sound. So in lesson 6, we talked about making a word wall, and you can do this on a sheet pan with some magnets or tape. And the words that we're going to talk about today are morning, next, room, here, early, and white. And this is just an example of how you can make a word wall in your house. Okay, so let's see the different words we're going to talk about. All right, so the first word we're going to talk about is morning. We heard about this word in both stories with Grumpy Mr. G, how he got up early in the morning and he was grumpy. And Paris woke up early in the morning also and heard different sounds. So the first word is morning, that starts with an M. Morning. Morning. And this is the symbol for morning. The next word is next. Next. If you have a communication device, you can type these words into your communication device, or you can repeat after me. Next. N. Next. Next. And this is the symbol for next. All right. The third word is room. It starts with an R. Starts with the letter R. Room. R-O-O-M. Room. Oops. Room. And this is the symbol for room. The next word is white. Mr. G put up white curtains in his room, and the light shined through, and it made him very grumpy, if you remember in the story. White. W-H-I-T-E. White. Starts with a W. And this is a symbol for white. The next word is early. E-A-R-L-Y. Early. Early. Starts with an E. And the next word is hear. Starts with an H. H-E-A-R. Hear. Paris heard lots of noises in the story. What does Paris hear? The word is hear. You hear things with your ears. All right, so those are the words we're going to talk about today. All right, so let's start by tracing the words. If you can put your finger on the screen and trace the words with me. I'm going to make it a little bigger for you so you can see it. Here we go. So take your finger and trace it with me. M for morning. The first word is morning. Starts with an M. Morning. Point to the sun for morning. All right, let's trace it. M O R N I N G. Morning. Okay. The next word is actually next. N-E-X-T. Let's trace it. N-E, trace it with your finger. X-T. Next. Next. All right. And then we have room. Room. Mr. G was in his room and grumpy. Let's trace it. R O. Trace it with your finger. O M. Room. All right. Next one is white. White. Mr. G put up white curtains and all the light came in. Let's trace it with our finger. W H I T E. White. White. All right. The next word is early, and both Paris and Mr. G woke up early in the morning. All right, here's early. Let's trace it. E, remember to trace it with your finger. A, R, L, Y. If you're having trouble trying to trace it on your computer screen, you can just point to the letters that I say. So you can say E, A, R, L, Y. Early. All right, and the last word is hear. Paris heard lots of sounds in the story with her ear. Hear. H E A R. Hear. You can point to the letters also. H E A R. Hear. All right, nice job with that page. Let's move on. Make it so you can see it. All right. So we're going to use our words here. And it says, the polar bear's fur is it white or morning? The polar bear's fur is morning or white? Point to it. If you pointed to white, you are right. The polar bear's fur is white. See the polar bear here? And that color is white. Let's find white over here. If you can point to the word white down here, point to it. If you pointed to white, you are right. The polar bear's fur is white. White. All right. So the next one is, I wake up early to go to school or room to go to school. I wake up early to go to school or room to go to school. Point to it. If you clicked on, or if you pointed to early, you are correct. All right, let's see what's down here. All right, I wake up early. Who can find early down here? Point to it. Oops. You pointed to early, you are right. I wake up early to go to school. All right, let's do the next word. All right. His blank is dark at night. His room is dark at night, or his next is dark at night? Point to the word you think it is. His room is dark at night, or his next is dark at night? If you pointed to room, you are right. Let's find the word room down here. Okay? Point to the word room. If you pointed to this word, whoops, sorry, you are correct. His room is dark at night. All right. Number 4. It will be my turn. Morning or next? It will be my turn. Morning or next? Point to it. If you pointed to next, you are correct. Let's find the word next down here. Point to next. If you pointed here, you are correct. It will be my turn next. All right. Let's see what's we've got next going. All right. I eat breakfast in the early white or morning. I eat breakfast in the early white or morning. Point to it. If you pointed to morning, you are correct. You eat breakfast in the early morning. Who can find the word morning down here? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. I eat breakfast in the early morning. All right, so let's do the last one here. I can blank the sounds from outside. I can hear the sounds from outside, or I can room the sounds from outside. Point to it. If you pointed to here, you are correct. Let's find the word here. If you pointed here, you are correct. I can hear the sounds from outside. All right. So, we are going to do an activity with words that start with M for morning, words that start with R for room, words that start with N for next, words that start with H for here, and words that start with W for white. Okay, so I'm just going to set up my board. We're going to start with the letter M. Can you all point to the letter M on my board? Point to it. M says mmm. Okay, put it down here. Sorry. Which word starts with M? Mouse or early? Point to it. If you pointed to mouse, you are correct. Mouse. Like morning. Mouse and morning start with M. Point to the letter M. That's the letter M. All right, let's see what's next. The next letter I have is H. H says like here. Okay, let's see which one starts with H. Get my board ready here for you. Okay, which word starts with H? Let me make that a little better so you can see my H here. Okay. H. Net or house? House or net starts with H. Point to it. If you pointed to house, you are correct. House. Like here. Okay, the next letter we're going to do is R for room. Mr. G was grumpy in his room. Room. All right. So, which word starts with R? Rose or wagon? Point to it. R for rose or wagon. Point to the word that starts with an R. All right, if you pointed to rose, you are right. rose, like room. Point to the letter R. Here's the letter R, and there's the letter R also. Rose. All right. And now we're going to do the letter N. N for next. Next. All right, here we go. Does the word house start with N or net start with N? Point to it. Net or house? Whoops. If you pointed to net, you are right. Like next and net for the letter N. Point to the letter N. There's the letter N. All right. Let's see. We have one more. The letter W. W for white. White. Okay. Here we go. Which one starts with the letter W? Wagon or car? Which one starts with the letter W? Point to it. If you pointed to wagon, you are correct. Wagon. W. Wagon. And white is our spelling word. White. All right. Point to W. There's W. All right. So let's get back to the computer. See what we're going to do next. Okay. So what word starts like music with an M? Music. Is it morning, next, room, white, early, or here? Find the word that starts with an M. If you pointed to morning, you are correct. Morning is like music. Morning and music. You hear music with your ears sometimes in the morning. All right. What word rhymes or sounds like sight? Okay. Sight next, sight room, sight white, sight early, sight here. What sounds like sight? Sight. Point to it. If you pointed to white, you are correct. Can you match white with the picture down here that says white? Point to it. All right, if you pointed to white, whoops, sorry. You are correct. Okay, let's see. What word starts like hat? Hat with an H. Like house. What word starts like hat or house with an H? Point to it. If you pointed to here, you are correct. Can you match it down here? Here's here. Can you find it on the screen? If you pointed to here, you are correct. Here. All right. What word starts like red? With an R. Red. What word starts like red? Morning, next, room, white, or early? Which word starts with an R? Point to it. If you pointed to room, you are correct. All right. All right, so what word rhymes with curly? So that means what word sounds like curly? Let's point to the word that sounds like curly. Morning, curly, next, curly, room, curly, white, curly, early, curly, or here, curly. Which word down here sounds like curly? Point to it. Curly sounds like early. Can you find this picture down here? Point to it. If you pointed here, you are correct. Early, curly, curly, early. They sound the same. They rhyme. All right, what word starts like no? So, the letter N. No. Let's find out. Which word down here starts with the letter N? Point to it. If you found the word next with the letter N, you are correct. Match it down here. Next. Here it is. Super. All right. You all did a fabulous job. So let's review our words that we learned today. Morning. Make myself bigger so you can see me. So we talked about the words morning, next, room, white, early, and here. All of these words we heard in the 2 stories that we read this month. What does Paris hear? And Grumpy Mr. G. All right. Again, these words you can make into a word wall on a sheet pan with magnets or tape them on. Okay? You can make your word wall like this, or you can cut them out and put them on like this. All right? Thanks for learning with me today. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.